Uh, able to see?
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. I hope you gone through introduction video.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Yes, sir.
yeah, that's why I'm not doing it again. If someone really want to take that, not a problem. Krishna will help you to send that particular video. If required, I can cover. Not an issue. If you really wanted a live session, even for the intro, if someone missed, I'm saying. So I don't mind. Not a problem. We can cover it again. So today agenda, it's like introduction, just a normal plain step one to go into the cloud and Microsoft Azure cloud. So today what we deal here is Azure portal overview and organizing the resources. So before we go there, so again I covered this in intro, but there will be two slides which speaking about cloud and Azure cloud. So what is cloud? Cloud is simple. It's some services, whatever the kind of services, infrastructure as service, platform as service, or software as a service, everything we will use that, we will consume that service over internet. Very simple logic. If we are consuming some services which is located in vendor or service provider data center, and we are consuming that over the internet, through internet, that means it's a cloud. It applicable for any cloud that matter. You can take GCP, AWS, Azure, anything, right? So any service we are using over internet, only single word you have to remember, over internet. And
Oh,
yeah, where the services are resides, it resides in the service provider data center. It resides remotely in service provider data center. Simple. It doesn't store any data on the hard disk of your personal computer. No, there is nothing stored in your computer. In cloud computing, you access data from remote server. That's what I told. Remotely, you access the services. There are three different kinds of services. I explained you in the introduction. Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service, including the examples. Infrastructure, virtual machine as an example. Platform, SQL DB as an example, or storage account as an example, Azure storage account. And software as a service, Office 365, Gmail, Facebook, WhatsApp, whatever. Everything is a software as a service. What we do in software as a service, we just log in with our username and password and we utilize that. That's it. So this is what the cloud. This applicable to any cloud. Simple matter. And next one is, what is Azure cloud? It's the same, but it's like some specific information we provide towards Microsoft Azure. Azure is a cloud computing platform which was launched by Microsoft, right? It's a Microsoft product altogether. And February 2010, it was launched. And before to that, Windows Azure is there. Before to that, Windows Azure is there. Somewhere 2007 or 8, in between it launched. After that, a full-fledged end-to-end services that Microsoft providing is Microsoft Azure. So it is an open and flexible cloud platform. It helps the development, data storage. There are different kinds of services you can really use it. If you want to have an operating system, your dedicated operating system like Windows, Linux, Ubuntu, CentOS, anything, you can simply use infrastructure as a service, virtual machine, right? Maybe data engineers, if they want to create their services like Redis Cache and Data Factory, there are many services which are available for them to use. It's not only the infrastructure as service, even platform as a service is there. IoT services are there, right? So artificial intelligence, machine learning, there are n number of services you can find. It's more than 220 services available in Microsoft Azure. So the Azure tool hosts the web applications over the internet with the help of Microsoft data centers. This is must and should. So Microsoft data centers, anything, right? We are consuming the services, services in the sense, it might be a VM, it might be a SQL server, it might be a storage account, it might be a networking component, anything that requires for our internal Microsoft Azure account, right? That particular environment is hosted in a data center. Data center is nothing but a building, a block of building that contains some power equipment and racks, blades, cabling, switches, routers, right? Everything is equipped there, and it is called data center. That data center hosts all our services, and we use that, we consume that services over internet. Simple logic. Again, it's also a cloud, right? Same formula. There should be internet to connect with your Azure environment. Simple as that. And this is what the Azure portal, you can see here, portal.azure.com. If you enter portal.azure.com, you can see the services. You can create new services, you can delete services, you can manage services, monitor, backup, you can do anything. You can automate the things too. So one thing, please remember, we are not going to learn on the day 1, day 2, day 3. We are going to grow day by day. Today we'll grab some things, overlay of the Microsoft Azure, and tomorrow onwards we start small services with small topics, and we reach somewhere the automation, we reach somewhere the DevOps introduction, and automation accounts with PowerShell, we learn it side by side, and Terraform, right? So it's easy to deploy. For example, your customer asked, I want 15 virtual machines, 15 web apps, 15 databases, and including monitoring, including networking, including backup, right? These are the factors really needed for an infrastructure or landing zone or an application, right? So maybe when I start the Terraform, I mean automation, you will understand how easy it is. Even with the integrations you can deploy. It's not about blind deploy of the virtual machines or web apps or anything. Networking, it's not blind deployment. You have to configure in a proper way. If you are creating a virtual network, you should have a subnet there, and whatever the virtual machines you are creating, it should be in that subnet, right? Altogether, these services should be in a resource group. So there are many things. Monitoring should be enabled, backup should be enabled. There are many things we need to configure, and everything will be accommodated by Terraform. We can literally do each and every minor configuration with infrastructure as code. That is Terraform. So nothing to worry. We'll grow day by day. So nothing comes on the day 1 itself. If something not clear, you are allowed to ask, you're permitted to ask, nothing to worry, anytime. For example, today session is done, and you're doing a revision of the video. Something is not clear, something is not working for you. On the next day, first thing, you can raise your eyes and you can share your screen. Literally, you can share your screen. I will resolve that or try to give you the more clarity. Nothing to worry. So this is what the Azure portal. Let me take you to real portal of my portal. Portal.azure.com is a URL that you have to go. See, because I am logged in already, it's loading for me. So first, I'll take you through the portal overview. Before I take you through the portal, I'll tell you how to create a free account. Create Azure free account. That's it. Go in. And you can select this. Create Azure free account. Click on that. There are two types: start free, pay as you go. Pay as you go, where you have to give your credit card and there will be billing based on your utilization. My recommendation is go for free first. Then you can plan, you can convert to pay as you go if you want, or else you can create one more free account. It's up to you. Start for free. And here, because you don't have any account, right? So what you have to do is create one. Click. You don't have any account. This is first time you are creating an account. Then create one. Click on create one. And one more thing is really required. To log in, to create your account, you require a live account or Hotmail account to create your free account. I mean, email is required. From Microsoft, authorized email is really required. So get a new email. So click on this. So we are creating everything brand new. And give the name, whatever you want. Either you can choose Hotmail or Outlook. My recommendation, go to Outlook. Not a problem. Even my account is Hotmail. There is no crime in it. So you can go anything. And create, click next. It will create a Microsoft authorized account for you, a email for you, simple, a email for you. Once that is created, come back, right? Again, click on create new. Here, you can give whatever the email that you just generated at outlook.com, for example. Right? So next, it will ask your password. Give that password. With a few clicks, it will ask your address, because this is dummy, right? I can't go further. So with few clicks, it will ask you the address, your billing address, your credit card information. Some debit cards also acceptable. So check your debit card whether it is acceptable or not. And it will charge you 50 rupees, and that will be given back to you maybe in a day. So nothing to worry. So next, finish address, credit card details, complete. That's it. You will able to log into your account. I mean, once that is created, click on portal dot. Okay, let me show you in this one. Portal.azure.com, and you have to give your email address. I mean, whatever you generated and created a free account, you have to give that. That's it. It will ask your password. That's it. This is the simple way you can log into your account after you create one. Very simple. Why I'm not really created a new one? Because it includes some credit card, etc. So if someone is able to do it with me tomorrow, for example, right, in the next session, if someone really having any doubt, I will ask you to share your screen. We will complete the thing, because some places it will ask credit card information, password, etc. You have to type yourself. So I'm not authorized to give your personal details, right? So if someone is interested, next session, within 5 minutes, we can create new account. So once you create it that way, log in and there will be a home page visible to you. This is what the home page, because I used these services recently, it will show, right? So for you, it will be empty. It will show only this below. Navigate to subscription, resource group, etc. But before to that, I just want to take a tour on portal.azure.com. So initially we'll have this button, right? This special pane is hidden here. If you click, it will open and you can have special services or your favorites. Whatever you feel your favorite services, you can add that. These are the favorite services. If you like something, right? If you like, for example, let me remove virtual machines from here, right? You can remove it from the favorites or you can add it, etc. Let me show you. So virtual machine is gone. Now there is no virtual machine. For example, I like virtual machine. How could I add that? So you can go to all services, click on all services. It will show all services like virtual machines, etc., etc. There are different categories as well. This is all services and this is compute. If you want anything related to virtual machine, disk, etc., etc., everything will be displayed under compute. There are 27 services under compute. If you want to add virtual machines as a favorite, just click your place your mouse there and click on this add to favorite, and this will be visible to you. Maybe it will add to below because just now we added, right? It will add to below likewise. So these are the favorites. If you like some service to add, you can add. But trust me, initially even I like to add my favorite services, etc., etc. That's before some 4 years or 5 years. Trust me, even these days I'm not clicking this button. I'll tell you little later how easily we can access. It's really not required, right? Is it really required to go all services, compute or networking, select, create? Really nothing required. So I'll show you easiest way to manage this particular piece of thing. So this is about favorites. If you don't like anything, place your cursor and remove this. If you like something, come to that particular service, add to favorites. It's up to you. Then favorites are okay. And we do have create a service. If you want to create any service, click there. For example, if you want to create a virtual machine, SQL, web app, etc., etc., or these are the getting started and popular services, right? These are the popular offers. If you want to go, you can go to specific compute, specific container, databases, right? Anything that you want. For example, networking, you can go inside of it. That is to create. That is to create any service. For example, if you want to create a 2019 Windows Server, click on that. It will take you to the create virtual machine page. You can create a virtual machine. Simple. But even it is really not needed for you. I'll tell you easiest way. So another thing is home. In your home button, it's a home button, home page, whatever the recent services, recent Azure services, resources, everything will be shown here. All services, I just explained. You can see all the services, whatever there. So each and every category, you can go, you can literally select and you can go inside of it, right? For example, if you want to see anything, network security groups, if you want to, just click on that. What you have to do is just click on that and you can go inside. This is the place where, come on, what I clicked, where it came. All services, for example, networking component. I want to go energy, click on energy, and it will take you to the place where energies are there. Because I don't have any energies created, so I can create new one. If I click create, that service we can create in a simple manner, etc., etc. But you don't need to create today. From tomorrow, we can practice that. So today what we are concentrating, just overview of page, which button, which option is where. That's it. Our requirement. Home page anyway, and dashboards. You can literally create your dashboards like which one should be where, right? For example, which button should be where, you can configure. But trust me, we really don't waste our time here. We never ever work on this particular piece of things, really. Either dashboards, home buttons, etc., etc. This pane itself, left side blade, will not worry about it for sure. But where? What is our main source? Where we work? What exactly helps us to, for example, if I want to create a service, what I have to do? For example, I have to delete a service. What I have to do, right? I want to see virtual machines. How many virtual machines in my account? Where I can go, right? So if you unlike go here, what you have to do is this search button. Trust me, 100% you'll go here. You'll never ever open this for sure. And this search button, you can search with the resource names also. Trust me, you can search with resource names, you can search with resource type, anything. For example, I want to see how many resource groups are there, right? Just type resource groups, and you can short names also fine. Click on that. That's it. Directly we are going to the resource groups. I'm able to say that there are 2 different resource groups available in my account. In each resource group, what are the resource we have? We can see it, right? Easiest way is to use the search button. Use search button. That's very simple. You can go anywhere. For example, if you want to go to the virtual machine, just click virtual machine and you can go. I don't have any, but I can create new, right? I can create new. Likewise, and this is search button where you can type your resource name, resource type, and you can go in. You can delete, you can create, you can modify, you can do anything once you go into that particular service type. And one more thing, we do have some buttons here as well. So this one is my profile button. I can see my details. I can log out, log in, etc., etc. Come on, am I clicked? Yeah. So I can sign out, change password, etc. Everything will be here. Switch the directory. You don't need to concentrate on the directory for now. I'll tell you later. You can see your contact information. You can change your password. You can sign out, right? This is your account. And you can give feedback to Microsoft. If you don't like it something, if you like something, you can give feedback anyways, right? So if you like some services very much, you can click on this and give your feedback. If you don't like some service, click on this, give your feedback. That service is, I'm able to see like that. And you should develop this in this particular manner. Sometimes that will be considered by Microsoft, right? So customer feedback is really important. So this is the place where you give some feedback. And this is help section. If you want help and support, and if you want to see the documentation, right? So keyboard shortcuts, updated related information, whatever. You can find a lot of documentation is here. Each and every page will take you to the hundreds of pages. You can read this. And this is another thing which I don't like. This is about appearance. So this particular portal, how the appearance should be. Is it a dark? Is it a light, blue, etc.? Right? This is like that. But you can try it out if you like. If you click something, apply, that will change. See, dark mode. But I like always this. Okay. So this is what you can change your language, region, you can see your information, etc., etc. And that's it. You can see your directories. I have only one directory, but we'll discuss later what is directory, how we can switch the directories, etc. etc. And this is notification pane. This shows what we are doing. For example, let me create a resource group. It will show there. Whatever the name, let it be review create. This notification will be shown here. See, this is what the notification. You have created a resource group in this particular subscription, etc., etc., etc. It's showing there. And same thing, directories I told, we will discuss it little later about directories. Nothing to worry. And another thing, this also we discuss little later. This is about Cloud Shell. If you want instant commandlet in the portal itself, this is the place where you work. When I introduce commandlets, when I introduce some maybe PowerShell or Azure CLI, right? That time I will show you how to work from here instead of installing the, for example, your laptop is not working due to some reason, and you want to work on the commandlets, then this is the place. Instantly you can create a storage account for the temporary store, and you can work on the for example, let me create a storage account. What's going wrong? I can show right away. But you no need to learn it now. Leave it. If you don't understand something about this Cloud Shell, leave it. You no need to worry. Anyhow, I'll cover it later. So this requires a storage account. This creates storage account at the backend, and this will give us the Cloud Shell. So instant commandlets, what we get is, there are two different. Bash will be there, PowerShell will be there, right? So whichever you like, you can. This is Bash and this is PowerShell. So it will switch. Whatever you like, you can literally work on there. So commandlets, automations, everything you can work from here as well. So for example, I want to list the resource groups, right? Very simple. See, I do have this particular resource group and this particular resource group, and this is the temporary one which we created for the notifications, and this is do not delete, which I have it since some many years, and this is the one is created automatically for the storage account, Cloud Shell Storage West Europe, right? So that's it. So this is Cloud Shell. We no need to worry about it much. Leave it. So this is what the portal overview. If you want to manage something, this is what the place where you always click search and modify, delete, etc., etc. But this is the place to search something. This is enough. If you're able to search all your service in this particular search area, that's it. That's what really required. And if you don't understand something, not a problem, you can ask, and we will cover this again and again. Daily we'll play with the portal. Nothing to worry. You can just create a brand new, fresh account, and you can play with this for sure. And I'll help you if there is any doubts for you. But that's it. And let us go further. This is what our Azure portal. That's what we took a tour now. Search button. Remember only one thing. I request you remember only one thing. Search button. Whatever you want, you can search it. Whether it is a network, even shortcuts works there. For example, virtual network. What we call is VNet. You can type VNet also. It works. You can try it out. Right? VM. It will show virtual machine. That's what. Even short names are allowed there. Next. In Azure, we do have some hierarchy. Hierarchy in the sense, we do have some top layer resources and some tree model. Top to down tree model, we can manage our resources. So I can show you management groups. Let me go there. For example, management groups. Click on management groups. You can see here, simple. I do have one tenant root group. This is one top level management group. Under that management group, I do have management group 1 and group 2. Let me expand it. I do have one subscription in management group 1. I do have another subscription in management group 2, right? So first we are discussing about management group. We'll go to the resource group subscription later. For now, our discussion is management group. So management group is top level logical entity. Try to understand. It's a logical entity. It's not really a resource, right? We are not going to do it. I mean, it's not a real resource. It is useful for us to segregate the things. For example, you have production related services, non-production related services are there, like prod, pre-prod, and dev test sit. How we can separate that? How we can separate that? If management groups are not there, how we can separate? And why we need to separate is another question. Why we need to separate means we do have different teams. Production application might handled by different people, non-production handled by different people, right? And production, we won't give much permission for the maybe a fresher. Fresher will not handle productive applications, productive resources, right? By accidentally, he might harm the services. So that will be a loss, right? So we need to have some segregation, at least to segregate the permissions, right? At the management group level, I can manage the permissions. I can, if something I give permissions at this particular point, a tenant root group means whatever inside, right? Whatever under that tenant root group, that will be applied. I can add anyone, for example, role assignment. But if you don't understand role assignment, leave it. We do have a dedicated session for the role-based access control. For example, I want to add a role reader. Reader what do? He can read. He can't change anything. And search the person. Anything? Anyone? Maybe myself, Azure POC. Okay, right? So save it. So what happens? Whatever the permission this particular person is having, he'll get the permission on, because I granted the permission at the tenant root group. He'll also have permission at the management group 2, management group 1. He'll also have the permission at the dev sub 001 and prod sub 002. He'll also have the permissions on the resource group, which is under dev sub 001, right? Resource group, resources under this. So some segregation we are really looking for. Segregation in the sense we are separating the things. We are separating subscriptions, we are separating resources, resource groups, etc., etc. Because those belongs to different environments. Management groups are for the same. In a simple manner, management groups are there to segregate, separate things. In addition to that, we can give permissions also. We can enforce policies, security related. There are many things. You can see here, security, policy, right? We can manage lot many in separated environments. Once separated, we can apply all this. For example, you want policy on management group 1 only. Then I go here and I'll apply the permission, policy, anything, then this will inherit to the subscriptions which is below. If I applied any permissions in the management group 1, the user will not able to see management group 2 because he is having only permission here. So permissions, how it happens is it inherits downstream. It will not go upwards. It will go downwards. Very simple. Whatever under it, it can see. Whatever under it, it can manage. So in a simple reason, management groups are there to separate the environments, separate the things, and even including the permissions, including the policies, including the everything, right? So it's a logical entity which helps us to separate the things in a simple manner.
Shankar, I'm trying to click on tenant root group, but I'm getting like you're not authorized to view this management group.
Because you're not authorized, you don't have permission at that management group level.
Okay.
You'll understand it. You'll understand it. Let me complete this PPT. You'll definitely understand it. We'll also concentrate on the permissions. Nothing to worry. So we are at the management group, right? So because your permissions are not granted at the management group level, you can't see it. You don't have permissions to it. Next, under management group, we do have subscriptions. You can also give permission at the subscription level. Try to click subscription now, whether you are able to see the subscriptions or not. You can select here subscriptions, right? See whether you are able to see the subscriptions or not. If you are able to see the subscription, you can see your role as well. You're a account admin. Myself, I'm an account admin. Maybe your reader, contributor, specific access, anything that might be. So next thing is subscription. Subscription having another built-in capability that it's a source for the billing. It's source for the billing. It includes the whatever the resources that we create under subscriptions, billing will be generated at subscription level. And one more thing, subscription is also does the jobs which is management group does. Along with that, it is a billing source. It can also segregate. If you have what to say, production and non-production, you can create one subscription for production, one subscription for non-production. Same thing applies here. It also uses for the segregation. It also uses for the permissions. If you want to give some permissions to some guy, you can give it the subscription level also. Simple. So you can't see management group. If you are given, if your permissions are granted at the management group level, you can see the management group under the subscriptions. For example, there are 10 subscriptions. You can see all those 10 subscriptions. Under there are hundreds of resource groups. Under resource group, there are thousands of the resources. You can see all this layer. But if your permissions are granted at the subscription level, you can't see the management group. Yeah. Next one is under subscription, there will be resource groups. Resource groups also a logical entity. It also helps us to separate the things. Very simple. It's a logical entity. It's not really a resource. It's a placeholder for our resources. It's a placeholder, logical entity for our resources. And here also, it is useful for the segregation and it is useful for the permissions. You can give the permissions at resource group level also. So, for example, I granted you reader access on one particular resource group. Then what you can do? You can see that resource group and there are, for example, 10 services, right? You can see those 10 services. That's it. You can't see other resource groups. You can't see other subscriptions. You can't see management groups. It won't go topwards. It will go downwards. That's it. So under subscription, there will be resource groups. Resource groups is also a logical entity. It can hold, it can contain the resources. That's it. Next, under resource group, there will be resource. Resource might be anything: a virtual machine, a virtual network, a storage account, a SQL server, right? Anything. So even at the resource level, trust me, even at the resource level, you can manage the access. Resource level, what you do, you can manage the access. You can grant the permission. For example, I have VM01. I want you to manage only that particular virtual machine. Then what I do, I go to that particular resource. For example, I do have automation accounts. It seems. Let me go there. See, for example, I have a resource. This resource is in this particular resource group. If I want to give you the permission at the automation account level, I can add you role assignment. Simple. Then what you able to see? You able to see only this particular automation account. If I grant you the permission at resource group level, right? This is top resource group, right? For this automation account. If I grant the permission here, then you can see all this resource. If I grant only here, then you can see this resource only, right? Or else, if I grant permission, on the subscription layer, whatever the resources under this, you can simply see. So this role assignment will be there at the management group layer, at the subscription layer, resource group layer, even resource layer. So you can grant the permission wherever you want, however you want. Simple. Next, a typical example, hierarchy of organizing the resources. So this is what so far I'm concentrating, right? This is what I'm saying so far. For example, we do have a business unit, right? This is a management group named as business unit. In this, under this business unit, there are two management groups. One is one location, another is another location. For example, West Europe, for example, North Europe. So how it is segregated? Segregated based on the geographic location. One is one location, another one is another location. For example, one is India, one is US, for example, if you want to segregate the things, right? So geographically, it is segregated. Under each geographic, for example, West Europe, there is prod environment and non-prod environment. So segregation is happened based on the production and non-production. Same applies here. Based on the production, non-production, even North Europe is segregated. So under production, there are three different subscriptions, even segregated based on the, right? Based on the mission criticality, right? Mission critical, protected data, shared services. Even in the production, it is segregated based on the utilization. Under each subscription, we do have the resource groups. Maybe it is segregated again like application 1, application 2, application 3. Simple logic. Try to understand. We are segregating our environment in a large bulk way. First, geographically we segregated. Next, based on the production, non-production. Next, based on the utilization, maybe like mission critical and protected data, shared services, anything, right? Under that, we segregated based on the resource groups. How we segregated resource groups? Application 1 resources will be application 1 resource group. Application 2 resources will be in application 2 resource group, right? So this is what simple manner. So any doubt here? We are only concentrating how to segregate the thing. This is the base. If you're able to crack this base, that's it. You're in really comfort zone. Even this is an interview question. This particular diagram, what I'm showing here, if you're able to explain him, if they ask the management groups, right? If they ask management group, then you can illustrate all this in a neatly. You can take 5 minutes here, right? So you can easily crack it. And this is important for the work as well. You should understand how to segregate the things, right? How it is segregated in your environment. You might not segregate it. You have to understand how it is segregated in your company. That's it, right? Already infrastructure is built. You are going and managing it. You're not deploying it from 0 to 100. Simple. You should be in a position to understand how it is segregated, how it is, how the permissions are handled, how the security point is segregated and handled. So that is it. So is it clear? I mean, this particular diagram.
Yes,
Anyone
yes,
having
yes.
any doubt? Okay. If no doubt, we can. I think that's it. Today. Let me see. Yeah, that's it. Because this is intro day, I don't want to. I mean, dump anything. Let it be. Be plain. One thing you have to do for tomorrow is create your free Azure account. In that, you have to create a subscription. By default, it will give a subscription. You don't need to create. If you create a subscription, if you create an account, default one subscription will come and you can manage that. Simple logic. So free account, something will come, rename it, right? You can click rename. You can rename to according to your wish. I just wanted some naming convention like this, and I renamed and I mentioned it here, right?
Shankar, I have created a free account a month ago.
Yeah.
So do
I
I
think
need
it might credit is over. You credit is for 1 month only, right?
Okay, I can create a new one again on the
Yes.
same card or different card?
No, different. Email should be different, and card should be different for sure. Mobile, I'm not sure. I'm not tested it. You can test it. Sometimes
fine.
mobile also.
Okay, thank you, Shankar. I'll do it.
Yeah. So anyone of you having any doubt? If we are good, we can wind up.
Sir, you are telling it's 1 month duration only for that create a new account.
Yes,
Actually,
credit. There will be
our-
some $200 credit will be available, and that will last in 1 month of time. 30 days.
Our course is more than
Nothing to worry. We can create new one, right? We can create new one. No one is going to stop us. Or once it is going to end, I'll tell you a trick how to manage pay as you go. Right? Even mine is pay as you go. You can see it now. Offer is pay as you go. I do have 2 subscriptions. Both subscriptions I'm having pay as you go. Even this pay as you go. See, I'll tell you a tip how to manage it, how to convert that to pay as you go. And bill will be, trust me, because of these trainings, I'm getting, I think I shown you. See, this is 362 rupees per month I'm getting, right? So this is because I'll handle multiple sessions. That will be the cost. If I'm managing only for my POCs, I'll get 30 rupees, 40 rupees per month. You should know one logic. I'll tell you later to reduce the cost.
Shankar, so you want me to do that pay as you go or a new account?
No, for now, because initially we'll test, right? We will create some virtual machines, etc., etc. And you might forgot to delete that. I will tell you the tip little later how to reduce the cost. But for now, please create free one.
Okay, the old account need to be deleted or it can be
Leave
like
it as it is. It's not going to. I mean, by default,
No,
they'll disable
my
it.
card is okay, fine. I have given my
They
card
won't
details.
convert. They won't charge anything. You have to convert free to pay as you go. Manually, you have to convert. Otherwise, it will not.
Okay, Shankar.
There won't be any single rupee charge. Trust me.
Cool.
Okay, then I think it's that's it for today. So please prepare your free accounts, or if someone of you is really facing, please keep your credit card and details with you. If someone, right, someone having any doubt, you can share your screen. I will guide you what to do. That's it from my side today. So yeah, see you tomorrow.
Yeah,
Thank
sir.
you.
I have a small doubt.
Yes,
Shankar.
please. Yes, please.
I have created a free account,
Yeah.
but it did not ask me any kind of card details or anything. But there is no subscription and all.
No, I think you have not created it properly.
No, but I am able to see all the the page which you have shown and everything. It's like perfectly like that only. But it did not ask me
Okay, share
any
your
kind of
screen.
card
We'll
details.
solve here itself. Share your screen.
Actually, I am handling Zoom in my mobile,
Oh,
and I've
sorry.
created this. So how do I do it
Can we
now?
solve it next session first thing? Or
Sure.
if you, but please log in the system. That's easy.
Yeah, I need to log in Zoom in my system.
Yeah, next time. First
Yeah,
thing,
I
please
do.
remind me. We'll solve that. I think you
Sure.
have to grant the permissions yourself. That's it. By default, a subscription will come. Okay. Otherwise, I can show this. Let me
Shall
share my.
I switch on my video and show you the laptop
Not
screen? Is that
needed.
fine?
I'll show you.
Okay.
Okay. You're in the subscriptions. You just type like subscription,
Okay.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
you're not able to see this subscription. Is that you're saying?
Yeah, I have got. You don't have any subscriptions, karke I have got it like that.
Oh, that's strange. Are you able to click this something?
Yeah, that is clicked.
Click and
That
unclick.
box is checked. Yeah, click and unclick.
Okay. Then you do. I think you created one account, right? Are you able to
Yeah.
see plus button like this?
Yes.
Click on that,
Okay.
right? Give
Yeah,
your username and password.
Just a second. Yeah, I have directly got a screen which says select an offer for your subscription. Free trial, pay as you go.
That's what. Free trial.
So I need to select free trial, select offer. Okay, that is done. Okay, right. Now it has asked everything. Yeah.
You might seeing this and you selected the free trial because I'm already
Yeah.
pay as you go. I used the free trial. This will be disabled for me. One time in life we can get free trial. For you it is
Yeah,
enabled
I have
because you
selected.
have not used it.
Yeah, I have selected free trial,
Yeah, you
and
can
I have
select
got
that.
all this information, my profile information. It has asked, and
Yes, you have to fill. You have to fill that.
okay, PAN number,
100% address as well. Billing address.
Yes.
Okay, this applies for everyone. Once you create the account, if you don't see the subscription, add the subscription. Create your own subscription. Simple.
Okay.
But select offer free trial.
Okay. Thank you.
You can finish that stuff. It will be available. Still, you face any issues, connect using system. We can resolve that.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, then that's it from my side. So we'll see you on the next session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.